Hey, what exactly are you writing?
You mean this? This is actually a secret message so that the teacher didn't find out.
Oh, but how does this work?
The method that we use for this secret message is using a Polybius square, where in this Polybius square we use a 6 by 6 grid. Depends on how many alphabets there are. Firstly, for the intersection between the first row and the first column, we keep it blank. Next, we fill in the number 1 until 5 at the remaining 5 positions of the first row respectively, and we repeat it for the first column. So actually the Polybius square is a square which consists of 5 rows and 5 columns, giving 25 cells. In these cells, the 26 letters of a modern alphabet are written in their alphabetical order from left to right and top to bottom. Since there are only 25 positions, the alphabets I and J can share the same location. Firstly, we must have the message that we want to encrypt, and then we must have a Polybius square. For example, the message here is that what we call plain text is an attack at dawn. Remember, if you want to encrypt the message, we must read the numbers starting with the row part first and then the column part. For example, the letter A can be found in the first row on the first column, which gives the coordinate 1 to 1 written as 11. And we do the same step for the rest. So it's quite easy, right?
Oh, I see. But who actually invented this method?
This Polybius square was invented by Greek historian Polybius in 200 BC, which is the period where Rome became a predominant power. He himself talks about the Polybius square in his book called The Historian. According to his book, the method actually was invented by Cleoxenas and Democritus, and it was further developed by himself. This Polybius tablet works by partitioning the alphabet into 5 tablets with 5 letters each, which at the time they are using the Greek letters. So letters are represented by two numbers from 1 to 5, allowing the representation of 25 characters using only 5 numeric symbols. Polybius decided to improve upon Anastaticus' method, where the water clocks with tablets method was used for messaging. So Polybius developed it into a more sophisticated system of fire signaling, which is a system capable of sending with accuracy any kind of message. Thus, Polybius described how to take 5 tablets and 2 sets of 5 torches. The sender of the message would then raise the first set of torches on the left side, indicating which tablet was to be consulted. Then he would raise the second set of torches on the right side to indicate what letter on the tablet the receiver should write down. Even though Polybius' method was still extremely laborious because it still used torches, but it was clearly a significant improvement over Anastaticus' method.
Wow, that's such an interesting behind the story of this secret message.
Of course, did you know that there are many types of Polybius cipher that you can use?
Yes, one of them is key Polybius where we put our keyword in the Polybius square.
Great! We can use this way for our secret conversation.
It's interesting, but how does it work? Because I still can't understand the keyword input section.
Let me explain it.
Basically, the same step we create the Polybius square, but with some modification where we put the keyword first. For example, general. And then we fill out the rest with the remaining alphabet followed by their order. But remember, not to duplicate the alphabet.
There are also a modified version of Polybius cipher such as ADGFVX cipher and Wi-Fi cipher.
ADGFVS cipher, where the cipher used the Polybius square method as a base. Instead of using digit 1 to 5, we use the alphabets ADGFVX, like this. So the same method with the key Polybius square, we put the keyword first. In this case, we use the keyword background. After that, we fill the remaining alphabet in the alphabetical order. So the specialty of this cipher is that digits are inserted after the first occurrence of the letter, like A1, B2 until J0.
For example, the plain text that we have is attack at 2 a.m. So we encrypt that using the Polybius square that we just made just now. And then the intermediate text that we got will be divided into the number of letters in the column key. Let's use agents as a key. Then a new table is created with a column key as a heading. The columns are sorted alphabetically based on the keyword, and the table changes to this. With the keywords, the column can be reconstructed and placed in the correct alphabetical order. Then, the result is in this ciphertext. Last but not least is byfit cipher, where this cipher is used when we want to encrypt the message by using Polybius square first, and then do the transposition from it, and inverse it by using Polybius square. For example, from the given plaintext, find the pairs of the number that correspond to the letters. Start from the columns, then rows. Then write the corresponding numbers such as rows numbers in the first row and the column numbers in the second row. After that, make it into one row by putting the number of the second row after the number of the first row. Find the corresponding letter to a pair of numbers, and then you will get the ciphertext.
Wow! Polybius cipher is amazing despite it just a classical cipher. Thank you for this new knowledge. Bonus! Try to solve this message. If you get the message, write down on the comment section below.
Created using